Time to head to the American Club in Kohler for their ginger pumpkin bisque.
Hi Amy, it's about pumpkin today. So today we're going to make a gingered pumpkin bisque. Have my pot over here going with a little bit of vegetable oil, and I'm quickly going to cut up some shallot and some onion to form the base of the soup. And we're just going to give this a quick dice and put that in the pot along with some ginger. Ginger is going to give the soup some nice flavor. This cut up. We're going to throw that in there and a little bit of ginger, and we're going to give this a quick stir, and we're just going to cook this for a little bit until the flavors kind of start to come out, seasoning it with a little bit of kosher salt and some black pepper. And once you can kind of start to smell those flavors, we're going to add a little bit of flour to this to form a roux. So the flour is going to soak up a little bit of that oil and form a paste. Just going to add a little bit more. And then from here we're going to form the soup. So I have a little bit of chicken broth. If you wanted to keep this vegetarian, you could use vegetable broth as well. And I also have some pumpkin puree. This is canned puree. Using this just for consistency, for flavor, but you could take a pumpkin as well, peel the skin off, and carve it, and then roast it. So we're going to add this and kind of bring it up to a boil. And then we're also going to season it. I have some thyme, a little bit of clove and cinnamon, so kind of that pumpkin pie spice. A little bit of Wisconsin maple syrup. So we're going to drizzle that in. And then, of course, in the fall, a little bit of apple cider too to give it a nice fall flavors. So we're going to let this soup simmer for a little while, and then we'll add some cream to it. To go along with it, we're going to do a couple different garnishes. And here I have some whipping cream flavored with just a little bit of vanilla. So I'm just going to whisk that until we get to soft peaks. And should be good there. And then I also have some brioche croutons that I took, and once again used the same spices. Toasted that in the oven with a little bit of butter. And then I also took a squash and carved that out, so we're going to actually serve the soup in a squash to kind of keep that pumpkin theme going. Once the soup is simmering, we're going to add some heavy cream to it, and then we'll let that simmer for another, I would say 10 minutes or so. And I actually have a finished product over here. So I took the soup, pureed it in the blender, and then checked it for seasoning. So to finish the dish, what we're going to do is take some of the soup and ladle it in the squash. The squash I just took and roasted in the oven after I hollowed it out for about 10 to 12 minutes. So we're going to fill it up with soup. And then just a little bit of whipped cream in there. And then a couple of brioche croutons too, just to give it some crunch. All right, there's your gingered pumpkin bisque from the American Club Resort.